guys, it's your girl T. So while everybody was busy watching Miley Cyrus act ratchet on stage and, you know what I'm saying, drop it like it's hot with Juicy J, basically Obama was passing all types of crazy bills, and it also came out that the NSA, that the National Security Agency, has been wiretapping customers of Verizon Wireless's phones. So everybody who has a Verizon Wireless phone, your calls, your text messages, picture message, everything is being recorded and can be used against you in the future. So basically why I'm saying this is that it's just really disturbing, all these laws that are coming into place, all this stuff that Obama is signing. You know, it's cool to gossip and talk about love and hip hop and everything else, but don't sleep on all these laws that Obama is passing. You know, he came out in 2007 and basically said that he would not allow people to wiretap and record U.S. citizens without a warrant. And then basically he threw that all out the window by signing a whole nother law into action over the weekend. So the whole situation is very, very crazy, but I want to share a video with you guys. One of my subscribers sent this to me, so I want to shout out Negro. And basically, if you guys have not heard, there was a roadblock situation that was going on down in Alabama, and basically they were stopping people and asking them to volunteer DNA, blood, and saliva samples, and they were paying people. So they were looking for 75,000 volunteers, which is just insane to me. And basically they had a roadblock and they were pulling people over and they were telling them, if you give us your blood, we'll give you 50 bucks. If you give us a saliva sample, we'll give you $10. I'm going to go ahead and play you guys a news clip and then I'll come back with the rest of my commentary.
First on Focus at 4, outrage over the weekend roadblocks in St. Clair County. A research firm was collecting DNA samples as part of a National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration funded study aimed at reducing impaired driving. And it paid off-duty deputies to assist with the roadblocks. Now, Focus at 4's Candace Sweat is here. And Candace, we want to be clear. Residents were not forced to give these samples. It was voluntary.
Right, David, it was voluntary. Anybody who stopped through one of the 4 roadblocks in St. Clair County was asked if they were willing to give DNA samples. Now, these samples were taken through saliva, blood samples, and participants actually got money in return for that. Now, the question that has a lot of people on social media on edge is, what exactly were these DNA samples being used for? And that's what we asked today. As soon as we pulled up, he said, we're doing a brief little survey, and if you don't mind just pulling over here to the car wash, and it'll take just a few minutes of your time. As Erica Scavalis and her 8-year-old daughter were riding along Highway 34 Friday night when she approached a roadblock. After being asked to participate in a survey, she agreed. Did do a swab. It was actually one of the assistants that took the swab, and I took a brief survey on an iPad. And then I proceeded to the phlebotomist to explain to me what he was doing, and he took a brief sample of my blood. Scavalis was paid $60 for participating. She was handed this sheet of paper explaining that the Pacific Institute for Research and Evaluation was conducting the survey, which is funded by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, to better understand impaired driving on our nation's roadways. It was basically just asking how much over-the-counter prescription medication or prescription medication that you take, how many times a day do you take it, do you drink alcohol, if you do or don't. If you drink alcohol, do you drive after drinking? 4 off-duty St. Clair Sheriff's Office deputies assisted with the roadblocks both Friday and Saturday nights. They posted up between the hours of 2 p.m. and 3 a.m. on County Road 54, Highway 34, Highway 231, and Highway 44. However, Lieutenant Freddie Turrentine wants to be clear. The deputies were not responsible for taking DNA samples.
The last time we did this was 2007 or the first part of 2008, and this time. It's about every 5 years.
Still, social media comments from people living in St. Clair County questioned the motives for collecting DNA.
And there was big signs on both sides of the roadblock that said paid survey. We wasn't trying to trick anybody or trying to intimidate anybody. It was just, if they wanted to do it, they did. If they didn't, I had several people that said, I'm not interested, and they kept driving.
And Dave, I do want to say that we reached out to a spokesperson with Pacific, but we haven't heard back. Of course, that's the research group that's claimed that they're responsible for taking the DNA. I've also been in touch with...
Okay, so you guys just watched the news clip, and when I first saw the video, I'm like, what kind of Illuminati, New World Order, mumbo-jumbo bullshit is this? This is insane. You know, this is just a test, but be prepared. Something is going on in America, and it's not making any sense to me. Why are they stopping random citizens on the road and collecting their blood and DNA samples? My thing is your life not worth more than 50, 60 bucks? Why would you give somebody that you don't know? You don't know these officers from a can of paint. Why would you hand over your DNA to them so that way you never know they could come back and hold that against you further on down the line? How do you know they won't take that same DNA and be like, oh, you killed somebody in Texas, or you did some dirt in California and your DNA was there, and you may have never been to California in your life. Well, how did your DNA get there? This is some really, really scary shit. Folks need to wake up. A lot of stuff that's being plotted. There's a lot of things going on. People need to read up. People need to wake up. When I first heard this story, I just felt like it was just so disturbing. And for people to just, to just have this sheep mentality and to just say okay and go with it. And another thing that kind of bothers me is the people that said no, but what happened to them? I'm sure that they're probably tracking down their license plate number, their driver's license, and everything else. They're saying that it was voluntary, but best believe they took down everybody's information that they had stopped at that roadblock. I just think this whole situation is just crazy as hell. Between the damn wiretapping, them, getting a hold of people's cell phone records with no type of warrants, and then now they're stopping people and taking DNA samples on an American road. This is insane. Y'all better wake up and peep out what's going on. Like I said, it's cool to, to get distracted and bullshit for a little bit, but don't let that bullshit sideswipe you so much that you don't know what's going on. So anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you feel like this is some New World Order type shit, or do you just feel like they're just doing their job? So let me know what you think. All right, deuces.